welcome to my show.
Hey guys, welcome to HJTV. That's Hey Jazz, that's me, TV. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a fitted face mask that has a filter in it using things from around your house. What I'm going to be using for the actual cloth is just some polyester cotton fabric. Green is one of my favorite colors. And then I have some iron-on vinyl that I'm going to cut into a shape, put a little design on there at the end. For the string, I have a shoelace that I cut in half. For the filter itself, so I did a bit of research online of what you can use for a filter in a face mask, because it turns out that just fabric will keep you, if you are sick, from getting other healthy people sick. But if you want to keep your healthy self from getting sick, then you need a filter. I found that you can use activated carbon filters that you can order, or HVAC filters you can cut pieces out of, and that blocks out about 75% of allergens according to the CDC. And then if you double layer it, 95% of the particles will stay out. And then coffee filters block out 50-60%. Based on what I had at home and what I found online, I'm going to be making my filter out of a Swiffer dry duster. The Swiffer brand collects a lot more dust particles than the cheaper brands would. For thickness and to block a couple more dust particles, and also for the smell, I'll be using a dryer sheet. I'm going to be doing 3 layers, so it's going to be Swiffer, and then this for a little bit more blockage, and then Swiffer again. Let's begin. I'm going to be hand sewing it, but you can use a sewing machine. It'll go a lot faster. I'm going to be using about 2 feet by 6 inches material for the main part of the mask. And it doesn't have to be a perfectly straight line, because we are going to be sewing edge material on the sides, and you can just even it out when you do that. Now we're going to take the filter material, line it up, making a Swiffer dryer sheet sandwich. Right now, a Swiffer sheetish, a Swiftwich sheet, I don't know. I'm actually going to fold the dryer sheet in half. It's a little bit thicker anyway. And then we're just going to put that in the center of this fabric and then fold that over. In order for it to fit over your face once it is sewn, it needs folds in it. So what I'm doing, I'm folding it down. Make sure you start at the folded part of the fabric. So I'm folding it about 2 inches down, and then about 1/2 inch from that, I'm going to fold it back up. I'm going to put a pin in it, and then at the top of the second fold, I'm going to fold it down about 3 inches, and at the 1 inch, I'm going to fold it for like 1/2 inch to 1 inch. I'm going to fold it back up again, put another pin in that. Do another fold, same thing, about 3 inches at the 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Fold it back up, and this is the final one of those folds. And then for the bottom, I'm gonna flip it over. I'm going to fold it down 1/2 inch, just about, and then right where the edge of that fabric is, I'm going to fold at that mark. So this is what it should look like. As you can see, there's only frayed sides are visible here, and this one is not, it's folded in. So for my edges, what we want to do with the edge fabric is make sure it is slightly longer than the mask, so that we can fold in the frayed sides on the ends. It doesn't really matter the exact length that I'm cutting, as long as you measure it to be even with the mask that you have. I'm going to cut it in half, one for each side of the mask. The pins make it a little uneven, so I'm going to put my finger into each crease and just press it down, make sure it's even at each layer. See, because this one's kind of like coming up a bit, so I'm going to make sure it's even down, and then so it'll kind of look like it's fanned out on the opposite end, which is completely fine. For the edge, fold in each side at the edge of the mask so that it's the same length. And then fold each side to the center. I'm going to lay it down, and then I'm going to put one of my strings into the fold, and I'm going to pin it so it stays. And I'm going to try to pin it under the string so that I don't accidentally sew the string to the fabric. That way I can just slide it around if I need to when I'm wearing it. And I take the needle and I thread the needle. Alright, and I just pick a side of the fabric, usually the side that has the ball side of the pins so you don't stab yourself. And then we're going to be careful of not sewing the string that you chose to the fabric, or else it won't slide correctly and you might not be able to fit it to your face. I forgot to mention earlier, the filter on the inside, it is washable, but recommended not to dry it in a dryer because one, it's a dryer sheet and you know what happens to dryer sheets if you use them. If you do need to wash it, either do it by hand or on a delicate cycle and then just air dry. Or don't sew in the filter. Instead, just cut it to the size of the mask of one after you sew it. And then this edge that you rolled up with the frayed ends, you can actually sort of untuck it and fit the filter through that way. And that way you can replace it. Probably the better option, actually. I'm not sure why I sewed it in, but I did. Once you get to the end, you just continue to make that line, and that way it'll be a complete line instead of just dashes. So that's one edge. Now, let's do the same thing with this edge. Fold, crease the string in. Every time I cut thread, I feel like the Fates from Hercules. And they like, when somebody dies and they have to like cut their life string. Yeah, anyway, makes me feel important. Like, who would have thought cutting a piece of thread could make you feel like some epic character from a mythology story. Alright, now that part is done. You can put it on, see how it fits. This is the top where it kind of folds in. You just stretch it out like that. Put it over your ears. It smells really good because like the Swiffer pad was scented and so was obviously the dryer sheet was scented. Not that bad. It fits. Now let's decorate it. So fold it back up. Just gonna cut a piece out. Maybe a cute little flower. And then use this box cutter. Be careful, always cut away from yourself. And then we have the flower. Now, this is very important to protect the filter while ironing this on. So the iron should be on medium. I'm going to use this fabric, fold it up into fourths so it's nice and thick. I'm going to open the bottom where the layers are, and then I'm going to pull the filter part to the back, put it right underneath where you're going to be ironing on the design. I'm going to lay down my design. Okay, peel this off. Good to go. And voila, we have a personalized fitted mask. that smells amazing with a filter. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching HJTV. That's Hey Jazz, That's Me TV. Bye!